Hello everyone, my name is Selfie Gamangoram and I'm 8th semester student from English Language Education Department of Duta Wacana Christian University. And yeah, as you know, I'm a pre-service teacher because I take education major. So, welcome to my video. In this video, I will share some information related to teaching listening with technology. So there are 5 things that we will cover in this video. The first one is the background in regard to listening skills, and the second is the principles. The third is the barriers and the challenges that students might face, and the fourth is the tips to overcome the challenges, and the fifth or the last is the technological tools that you can use in teaching listening. The first one is the background. So, why listening skill is important? As we know, listening skill is the first receptive skill to develop in humans. And many researchers said that when we communicate, we gain 45% of language competence from listening. And with listening, we can encouraging students to understand the meaning or the message of what they hear, and also enabling students to communicate in target language, in this case, English. There are 3 subskills of listening. The first one is listening for gist, or listen for the main idea of the text. The second is listening for specific information or specific details, for example, keywords. The third is listening for details. So we find the information that covered or that provides in the text. So what are the principles of teaching listening with technology? There are 3 principles that I will show you in this video. The first one is be aware of the goals for the class. So what are the outcome of your class? What you want your students have or do or know as the result for your class. You need to understand that so you can find the right materials or the tools that you can use. The second is understanding students' comprehension level. Students, they have different comprehension level, different understanding level, so you need to understand which level they are, which level they in, and by understanding that, you can find the suitable material, suitable tools, or make suitable tasks for them to develop their listening skills. The third is use variety of materials, tools, and tasks. Yeah, of course you can use video and audio recordings from a wide variety of people and formats. You can find it in internet, you can Google it, you can find it by yourself, but of course you need to find the suitable, the appropriate to help your students improve their listening skills. And in finding the materials, you need to use the authentic materials because you want to bring real life situation in your class. You need to connect students learning or what students get in the class with their real life. It helps them to understand more about the material itself. Next is the barriers and the challenges that students might face when you teach listening with technology. The first one is the speed and clarity of delivery. Yes, you might feel easy when you listen to audio or video, but it's not the same when your students listen to the video or audio recordings, because they have different comprehension levels, so they might find it difficult to follow the speed. And it makes them feel hard to understand or find it difficult to understand the meaning of the recording itself. The second is accent and dialect. In this world, there are many accent and dialects that we can find, and students might find it difficult or find it unfamiliar with the accent or dialect in the recording. The third is poor quality in the recordings. It can affect their understanding of the meaning in the recording itself. Next, unfamiliar topic. Students might find it hard to understand the listening passage when it comes to unfamiliar topic. Yes, because of course they feel unfamiliar. And maybe they never heard about that topic in the first place. And the last is recognizing spoken and written language is not the same. Because spoken language, sometimes spoken language can be more difficult from the written language. Spoken language has slangs, or maybe the pronunciation is not really clear. Yeah, it's related to the accent or the dialect too. And students might find difficult to recognize the difference between spoken and written language. So what are the tips to overcome it? The first one is understanding the listening. If you can understand the listening passage itself, you also can teach or use the recording for your students. You understand that the listening have this kind of pace, this kind of speed, this kind of clarity, and you can use it in explaining the listening passage or the recording itself for your students. The next is prepare your students for the listening task. Before you give the task for your students, you need to be aware that which level, like what I said before, which level your student have, and you need to prepare the things that the students need to make themselves feel comfortable with the task, so they can do the task easily. The third is repeat audio as often as required, because your student might find it difficult to understand the listening passage because of the unfamiliar topic. You can repeat the audio as often as you can. It will help the students to understand more about the listening itself. And the last is explaining the differences between spoken and written language. You can give some example of the differences between spoken and written language. The last is the technological tools that you can use in teaching listening. The first is video sharing platform. Yeah, of course, you're already familiar with YouTube. YouTube itself is the most famous video sharing platform that people often use. You can find many materials there, many tasks there, many listening passage or listening audio video there. And of course, YouTube is easy to use. The next is we have TikTok. In this era, many of you might already feel familiar with TikTok, right? In TikTok, we can find videos or audios that we can use, same like YouTube, but yes, but it has a specific duration, of course. For the audiobook or podcast, you can find it in Audible. Yeah, Audible is the platform for audiobooks, but it's not free, of course. But if you want to look for the free platform, you can use Spotify to find podcasts. There you can find many podcasts many English podcasts that you can use in teaching listening. Or if your students are interested in music, you can use lyricstraining.com to practicing listening skills by using music. I think that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video might be useful for you and your students. Bye bye.